society, right? Well then, I have a question for you. Do you know what a civil engineer is? So, let me explain. Civil engineers conceive, design, build, supervise, operate, construct, and maintain infrastructure projects and systems in the public and private sector, including roads, buildings, airports, tunnels, dams, bridges, and systems for water supply and sewage treatment. Have you imagined
What life would be
without civil engineers?
If there are no civil engineers, there would be no city nor landscape to view.
Our infrastructures would fall. We would suffer greatly from natural hazards. We would not have any source of water to use and drink. There would be no roads, railways, and fluidity of goods and people will be lost.
Basically, without civil engineers, life would be impossible.
But thankfully, we have a vast amount of civil engineers specializing in certain fields to make our lives the best it can possibly be. Civil engineering is not only limited to buildings and bridges. Under this engineering discipline are specializations in structural, geotechnical, hydraulics, construction, and transportation engineering, which are all significant in our world.
Through their knowledge and skills, civil engineers do not only focus on societal development and engineering technology, but also they focus on contributing to the wellness and safety of the whole world.
Together, civil engineers around the world achieve the sustainable development goals through their buildings, construction projects, and their discoveries in the field.
In September 2015, the General Assembly adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which includes 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. These goals aim to address various problems and challenges all around the world to achieve peace and prosperity for this generation and the succeeding ones. All countries, developed and developing, are encouraged to participate in attaining these goals to improve health and education, reduce inequality, and spur economic growth, all while tackling climate change and working to preserve our oceans and forests. In line with this, civil engineers play a vital role in achieving these goals, especially in SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, SDG 7, Affordable and Clean Energy, SDG 9, Industry, Innovation, and Infrastructure, and SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities.
Water covers about 71% of the Earth's surface, and only 0.76% of the world's fresh water is readily accessible. Access to clean water is an essential part of the development of a community. However, there are still countries that do not have access to clean water, which results in the spread of diseases associated with inadequate water supply, sanitation, and hygiene. In line with this, civil engineers who specialize in hydraulics and water resources engineering contribute to the accessibility of clean water, since they know the distribution and circulation of water linking the Earth's atmosphere, land, and oceans. Civil engineers are also concerned with hydraulic structures such as dams, sewage conduits, and management of waterways. These dams act as a water reservoir that distribute water in different areas, which can be used in irrigation, aquaculture, industrial use, and most importantly, human consumption. Civil engineers play a critical role in providing clean water as they plan, design, and operate water resource systems which lead to the social and economic development of a community.
Access to energy is essential for several aspects, such as in doing our jobs, in transportation, and even in doing simple everyday activities. However, 13% of the global population, or around 3 billion people, still lack access to clean energy, wherein some live in rural areas. Also, 1 billion people lack access to electricity. In addition to being a hindrance to daily life activities, lack of access to affordable and clean energy can mean less job opportunities. Also, a large amount of money is being spent on energy alone. around $4 billion, which is spent on energy right now alone, will amount to $1.3 trillion by 2030 if we do not switch to sustainable energy. With civil engineers, several power plants that create energy from renewable and sustainable sources, such as solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, and hydroelectric energy, could be built in several parts of the country and the world. Through this, more people can have more jobs and there will be more opportunities for economic and social development of the country.
A functioning and resilient infrastructure is the foundation of every successful community. To meet future challenges, our industries and infrastructure must be upgraded. For this, we need to promote innovative, sustainable technologies and ensure equal and universal access to information in financial markets. This will bring prosperity, create jobs, and make sure that we will build stable and prosperous societies across the globe. As civil engineers, we must make sure that the infrastructure that we will build must be done with resilience and compassion. We must also take into consideration the environment we are in, and that we must build infrastructures that are not only innovative, but sustainable as well.
Cities are places of societal interactions, technological development, home of cultures and progress, and an application of the human mind. However, along with its prosperity are some common urban challenges, such as the lack of adequate housing, declining infrastructures, and rising air pollution within cities. With the existence of civil engineers, these urban problems are diminished through urban planning, which entails the development of construction projects whose goal is to maximize the positive impact of a planned development for the urban community. Civil engineers help in the formation of sustainable communities and cities through the green infrastructures they build, the process of sustainable construction, which encompasses the use of materials and methods that will not cause harm to the environment, and the protection of the society against natural and man-made disasters, with self-sustaining and economically resilient projects for the greater good of the people.
And as future civil engineers,
We are built to build.